Well, hi, everyone. I'm Brad Free. We are 1 week away from the biggest race of the winter meet at Santa Anita. It's the Grade 1 $1 million Santa Anita Derby. And before we take a look at the comprehensive list of 11 probable starters, including a preliminary odds line, let's take a look at the most recent start by the presumptive favorite for the Santa Anita Derby, and his name is Iliad. He finished second in the San Felipe Stakes, won in a romp by Mastery. But take a look at the second place finish by Iliad. He's in the red, white, and blue Shaw Silks, and you be the judge to determine whether you think a 1 1/8 is going to be to his benefit. In my opinion, it's not. Iliad switched leads back and forth. He raced a little green through the lane. He's chasing Mastery. Iliad's head is up in the air. To me, he looked like a horse with potential distance limitations. Now, I'm not going to knock Iliad. He started only 4 times. That was the first route of his career, and he certainly has a license to improve. But based on his runner-up finish in the San Felipe, you'd have to think that maybe this colt is vulnerable as the distances increase. Having said that, I think he's the favorite for the Santa Anita Derby. Let's go ahead and take a look at the list of 11 probable starters for the Santa Anita Derby. And at the top of the list is Iliad. He's the 3-1 favorite. And the term default chalk is kind of a slam, but it's true. The only reason he is the favorite is because Mastery is hurt. So Iliad, off a second place finish, inherits favoritism for the Santa Anita Derby with a big question mark over his head with regards to distance. But there is also a big question over the head of Gormley and American Anthem, both of whom misfired last time out. Gormley and American Anthem finished heads apart in January in the Grade 3 Sham Stakes, and it looked like both colts were on their way toward the Kentucky Derby. Gormley came back into San Felipe, and he was horrible. He was empty at the quarter pole, and he finished 4th, beaten more than 9 lengths. As for American Anthem, he shipped back to Oaklawn Park, and he ran poorly in the Rebel. Now, maybe both colts had an alibi for the most recent start. Trainer John Sheriffs believes that circumstances conspired against Gormley in the San Felipe, and he expects a rebound in the Santa Anita Derby. As for American Anthem, he reportedly did not like the racetrack, and it was a throwout race, so Bob Baffert is going to give American Anthem another chance in the Santa Anita Derby. But there are questions over the current form of both Gormley and American Anthem. Maybe the Santa Anita Derby winner will come out of the allowance ranks. You know that I like Battle of Midway and Reach the World. I've been talking about them all winter long before they ever ran, and they finished 1-2 last month in a one other than allowance race. It did not earn a very good number, the allowance race did. An 84 buyer for Battle of Midway, but the pace was slow. Both colts finished well. Battle of Midway was wide every step. Reach the World was buried in traffic. He ran well. For a good gauge on the strength of this one other than allowance race, take a look at the Fairgrounds Oaks on Saturday, because the California-based filly Vexatious, who finished 3rd behind Battle of Midway and Reach the World, shipped back to Louisiana for the Fairgrounds Oaks. I expect her to run very well, and if she does run well, that will certainly validate the form of Battle of Midway and Reach the World, because they finished many lengths clear of the filly Vexatious in that one other than allowance. Okay, a couple of long shots at double-digit odds, including Term of Art. This horse is intriguing. He has raced in all 3 graded route races for 3-year-olds this winter at Santa Anita. Term of Art is a deep closer. All 3 of those route races were won by the pace setter. Term of Art had no chance in any of them. One of these days, the pace is going to fall apart, and Term of Art is going to come along and spring a surprise. He wants every bit of the 1 1/8 distance of the Santa Anita Derby. He probably wants a 1 1/4. I'm not sure if he's going to get into the Kentucky Derby based on points, but Term of Art is an interesting horse coming from the back of the pack. One of these days, the race is going to fall apart, and he is going to get there at a price. As for West Coast, well, his debut was terrific, a runner-up finish in a highly rated maiden race. His second start, which he won, was a lot less impressive. But trainer Bob Baffert took blinkers off for his last start. And he's putting them back on because he recognizes that West Coast ran a lot better with blinkers on than off. So blinkers on could help the maiden winner West Coast. Can you go from a maiden win to the Grade 1 Santa Anita Derby win? Baffert has done it before with a horse by the name of Midnight Interlude. 4 others on the kind of long shot list: Kim Bear, Milton Freewater, Soak Inflated, and Midnight Pleasure. That's an early look at the Santa Anita Derby field, and a suspect favorite at the top of the list by the name of Iliad. The Santa Anita Derby on Saturday, April 8th is not the only Grade 1 for 3-year-olds. There's also the Grade 1 Santa Anita Oaks, and that leads us to last week's low light. It was an unfortunate breaking development that Unique Bella, possibly the best 3-year-old filly in the country, undoubtedly the best 3-year-old filly in California, had a recurrence of sore shins, and she is out of the Santa Anita Oaks. She's out of the Kentucky Oaks. We won't be seeing Unique Bella probably until summer at Del Mar. She'll be out of training for 60 days. Just speculating that if she gets over her shins in time, trainer Jerry Hollendorfer could bring her back in a race like the Torrey Pines as a prep for one of the big late season 3-year-old races on the East Coast. The absence of Unique Bella from the Santa Anita Oaks, well, it kind of allowed trainer Bob Baffert to keep Abel Tasman home. He was not going to run Abel Tasman in the Santa Anita Oaks. He did not want any part of Unique Bella. Who does? But with her out, Unique Bella out, Abel Tasman is in. She's the likely favorite for the Santa Anita Oaks. Likely second choice, It Tis Well, along with Majestic Quality, Miss Sunset, Paradise Woods, Spooky Woods, and Tapped. Unique Bella is out, Abel Tasman is in, and Abel Tasman the favorite for the Santa Anita Oaks. As for the highlight, you know, we spend a lot of time at Daily Racing Forum talking about Grade 1 races, $1 million races, expensive yearlings, expensive prospects everywhere. There's a lot of good stories kind of underneath the top division, and one of them unfolded last Sunday at Santa Anita in a $100,000 stakes called the Dream of Summer. It was won by Sky Diamonds. She earned another 95 Beyer speed figure. She earned a 95 in a sprint. She earned a 95 stretching out to 1 mile in the Dream of Summer. She was ridden by Tiago Pereira and her trainer, Bill Spar, another masterful training job by a veteran trainer who is among the top trainers out in California, a guy you don't hear a lot about because he doesn't have those Grade 1 caliber horses. But Sky Diamonds, who he claimed for $40,000 last summer at Del Mar, has since won $189,000. And let's take a look at the stretch run of Sky Diamond's win in the Dream of Summer. At the top of the lane, pace setter Ruse Valentine kind of kicked away, and it looked for one brief instant like Sky Diamonds might be in a little bit of trouble. But Pereira asked her for a run. He never had to hit her once. Smooched at her, and Sky Diamonds powered past Ruse Valentine late to win with something left. How good is Sky Diamonds? Well, we really don't know, but she's definitely going up the ladder, and another in a long line of success stories for trainer Bill Spar. This is a guy who campaigned Amazombie to a Breeders' Cup sprint win. Bordenero was a Grade 1 winning sprinter. Saratoga Gambler, a claim that won a Grade 3 sprint. Lady Lore, he claimed for $32,000. She won a $200,000 stakes race next time out. Enjoy the Moment, a top filly sprinter. The best claim in Spar's career was Exchange. He claimed her for $50,000. She went on to win 3 Grade 1s, more than $1 million. Who knows how good Sky Diamonds will be? We'll find out next time, wherever that is, when Spar brings her back onto the racetrack and pushes her up in class. Okay, that's a look for the SoCal report this week. It's Iliad in the Santa Anita Derby, Abel Tasman in the Santa Anita Oaks, and a tip of the cap to Sky Diamonds. I'm Brad Free. Talk to you next time.